Good morning, guys. Pete from PeteSuSense.com, February 9th, 2010. A lot of green on our screen this morning. Futures were up over 70, 80 points. We came out of the gate over three digits. The Dow is currently at 115 points. S&P is just about 12 points, and the NASDAQ is over 21 points. And it is 9:45, so we're still going to get a little bit of a retracement between 9:45 and matter of fact, like right now to 10 o'clock. I think the Dow was hitting a high of 121 so far. So it looks like the bulls are back in town and playing, or I should say back in the game, which I never, I never doubted that they wouldn't be. It's just, timing is everything in this game. And the professionals always look for the cheapest pricing. So with that said, if they'll push down the market, and I understand there's economic situations that bring the market down, but I still don't believe in the second dip recession. Of course, I can always be wrong, but I'm still, optimistic. I'm still bullish. And when we get these snap back rallies in a down market, that's where you're going to recoup your losses if you're buying down and averaging down your stocks as far as pricing and shares. So with that said, this is the same. We're looking at a 3-month S&P 500. We've been looking at the last couple of days, but I keep changing some of the trends and so forth, some of the short-term trends. And you'll see last night I had a much steeper trend line here in this area. But obviously this morning, right out of the gate, you'll see we're at 1068.45, so we're well above the 1050 mark, which is this area here. And this was one of my, not mine, but everybody's concern here at 1050. We did bounce off the 1050, a little bit lower, obviously, triggering a lot of stop orders with individual stocks, not obviously not the S&P 500, unless you're playing the SPY E-minis or something like that. But with that said, next stop was going to be around 1020, and excuse me, 1020, 1025, and then around the 200-day, and there was another support area at 1010, and then obviously 1000. So with that said, we're still holding above 1050. We're pushing towards 1069. You'll see here I drew a trend line. It looks like we're starting to format a more significant trend, which looks more realistic. Compared to last night, obviously, I didn't want to call it a trend line, because it was just too steep, and that's not realistic. I mean, this is more in a diagonal fashion, so it is a little bit believable. We may trade in a range, so I wouldn't freak out if we start pulling back a little bit during the course of the trading day. If we continue pushing forward, as you see, the ticker just went up 1069, so we're still pushing forward. The Dow is now approaching 125. With that said, if we continue pushing forward, that's great, because that means hopefully that the close will be a lot higher than the 1060 level here, and that's what I'm looking at. If we close lower than the 1060, I would be a little bit not concerned, but it wouldn't make me happier, I'll say it that way. Okay, so let's keep watching the S&P 500. Make sure that we stay within this range, okay, of 1060 and 1069, and I think we should be in good shape. If we start thrusting down, then we got to think a little bit different. Not a time to panic, even if we thrust down a little bit. But remember, a lot of traders are in now, day trading. A lot of professionals are day trading. You got trading desks with hundreds of guys trading back and forth, hundreds of shares. So right now, till 3:30, 3:45, before the professionals and the big money comes in, is just a trading range. So don't freak out if you see this pulling back. The 5-day, obviously here, we're not pulling back just yet. We're getting there. Pulling back meaning turning, so it may turn. You'll see that 1069 is hitting the 5-day and crossing it right now, so that's optimistic for me. All right, guys, Pete from PeteSuSense.com. I'll have a couple of stocks for you guys in a little bit. Have a great day. I'll talk to you in a little bit.